Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway. Isn't that strange? Cause I'm trying through the climb, I ain't right pain. You never hit the bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, is belief. They'll see with the negativity, but I just gotta right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran city, no man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that can change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past, start a plan, and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you. In this case, I want to find out.
What's happening with it, people? Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Started a little bit late tonight. Got lots of going on here. Give me a second. Welcome, welcome. You know, we like to laugh over here, have some fun, but tonight I'm gonna let somebody tell their story, man. This guy went through hell. I got the receipts for it all. He'll be joining us. You know, CPS is dirty, man. They can do kids good, I believe, but they can also do a lot of real. Listen, it's a government entity, and any government entity can be corrupt. And you know, I don't know what's going on in your state or what happened, but this is really like bad what this guy went through, man. Like he like beat CPS in court, like court documentation that they lied on him, they exaggerated, they targeted this little girl. It's bad, y'all. Y'all know Don and Candace. Look, Don Wells has had a theory for a long time that he believes that CPS is somehow involved with his missing little girl, Summer Wells. Okay. It's hard for me to, you know, I hear him, but it's hard for me to have that conversation with him because I've never had to deal with CPS and I don't know that dirty side of CPS. Okay. I know chicks that have utilized CPS to their advantage on other women because they've gotten. I know some stories and whatnot, but I've never personally gone through it. So when he tells me that, it's kind of tough. You know, one of the first things I asked this guy who will be coming on tonight, his name is Dave, is I have a friend with a missing little girl. And then I told him the aspects of it. I said, do you believe he has a theory that CPS is involved in that? And his absolute direct answer to me was, what state was it? I said, Tennessee. He said, without a doubt, I could believe that. And this is somebody who's beat CPS. This guy, when he did beat CPS, he literally left the state right from the courtroom because he knew what was coming. This is a crazy story. It's a crazy story. Who's in the house tonight? Let's see what's going on. But I got other things I want to talk about before we bring him on. I'm watching the trailer. What's happening? Natasha, Amy. Oh, listen, dude, I'm joking the other night. I'm joking. Take a joke. I know you were in 80s chat. I'm joking. You can't take a joke about Ryan Upchurch. People can't joke about him. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop that. No, don't block him, man. Don't block him. Don't block the dude. Don't block the dude. What's up, Long Gone? How are you, mama? Where is I'm missing a comment here. You know, StreamYards doesn't show me all the comments, and it's not cool. I seen somebody that I wanted to there he is right there. What's up? What's up, Petro? This is my buddy Petro, man. Hey, I got your message on Facebook. I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. This is my buddy Petro, man. I got a video of him. I got a couple prison stories of him. He's in a few of my prison stories, but he recently got out, man. And you know, I'm gonna try to help him on YouTube. We're gonna get together. I'll probably have him on panel, you know, shortly. But he's a member. Let me go ahead and make him a mod. This is Petro, y'all. Good people. Good dude, you know, so we want to see his success out here. We want to see him win, you know, so support my buddy, man. Good dude, man. Good dude. Behind the wall with him and all that. What am I missing? I need to. Okay. What's up? Hey, what's up? 2 days. Been a long time since I've seen you. All right. So listen, before I bring the guest on, before you guys hear this story, okay. I'm gonna show you his paperwork. I'm gonna kind of like show you some stuff that he sent me, and then I'm gonna have him come on. But before I do that, I'm giving him some time. Understand this. He's not a social media user like this. Okay. Let me tell you the backstory. I have a Facebook page. If you don't know, it's Matt Smash Follow. And if I will accept everybody, like I go down the list and hit accept. I have like 6,000 followers over there. Okay. But I accept everybody. Okay. If you invite me to a group, I go to it. I don't care. So I get a message and it's receipts. And I'm like, okay, don't recognize the name. I'm like, what are these receipts? And I click on the receipts and it's CPS receipts. And I'm like, wait a minute. So what is this person trying to tell me about a tragedy pet or an exploiter here on YouTube that they want me to cover? So before I ask him, I click his profile. And his profile is all about awareness against CPS. I fought CPS for 17 months. And I'm like, whoa, this is his receipts. So I get talking to him, and that's where we're at. I made a community post last week. So how's the volume on this thing? And smash the like. I have plenty of info. I'm planning on a CPS playlist. Yes. Yes, Noel does a lot of abuse stuff. Okay. Hey everyone. What's up, Dill Pickle? Hey, Dill Pickle, back to your comment earlier. You don't have to there's no rules to moderate. You know what I'm saying? There's no assignment. Just chill, do your thing. If you see somebody being an asshole, you can boot them. But I personally don't mind the trolls. And only thing I care about, if I have a family with a missing children case and they're on my panel, I don't want people coming in here and attacking them. This guy has he's gonna tell a story about it's a minor child, and he beat CPS. You know what I mean? And he explained to me, people, it's just crazy how he was targeted, and it's nuts. As far as Don goes in, Don ties into this. I want to connect them because, like I said, Don's been telling me this for some time, and I have to be honest with you guys. I can't make a video about Don's theory, okay? Because I haven't experienced it, okay? I know what he feels, but after listening to Dave and what he went through, and then asking him about Don, I can 100% understand where Don's coming from, if that makes sense. A lot better, okay? A lot better. But before I bring him on, there was something that I saw today that was crazy. And this has to do with the Sebastian Rogers case. If you haven't been paying attention, these people have been out of control with this Sebastian Rogers case. So today, I'm sure you've seen this. If you haven't seen this, then we're about to see it now. JLR, the weenie boy, the mannequin himself, the mannequin, decides to dig in of the ass cracks of all the family members. And look, I'm not a JLR fan, but for what it's worth, he did find some shit. So Sebastian Rogers, let me just play it for you. Watch this shit. And he doesn't get into the specifics of a certain situation, but I will. So this is crazy, and I want to react on it before we bring the guest up tonight, okay? Have a listen. Okay, pay attention.
Society and mom.
Pay attention.
Now, who did this woman marry? And I'm about to show you who this woman married. This guy. And this guy's name is Larry Paul McClure. And look at the title of this article. Convicted SO accused of KILLING, daughter's boyfriend, and then marrying the daughter. Now, this is technically Katie Proudfoot's stepdad because he married.
Okay, so what you're reading in the background says convicted sex offender accused of killing the daughter's boyfriend and then marrying the daughter. Okay. This would be Katie's stepdad. Okay. So let me let you guys hear a little bit more. Then I want to show you something and I'm going to react on it.
He married Katie's mom. It's the stepdad. Which people are like, what?
Oh, I saw it, Missy.
Katie Proudfoot's stepdad, right there.
Petro, I never knew that, bro.
Remember these faces. And do your own independent research. Because it is her family. But it even gets worse, folks. Because now we're also talking about, and I shared this, Katie's sister, or half sister. I don't know how many sisters she has out there.
Oh, Missy, I did not know that.
This is Laura McClure. I guess it's Larry's
Skunky
daughter. But what she did was pretty bad too. What in the world are we getting to at in this case? Now I have questions.
I can't stand that dude's voice. He's a weenie boy. He's a mannequin. But look, I'm not mad at him. But I do want to explain something, okay? Look, today I outed somebody in the true crime community that's a sex offender, okay? I absolutely did, because I don't want you to be subscribed to him. Normally, I really don't like when people do this shit. Go digging in these families, go digging and finding out everything going on in these people's families and shit. Okay, I'm against that big time, right? Here's the thing, man. It's gonna happen. You know, these online sleuths. The thing is, like, I'm not. You know, if somebody is like a weirdo like that, a groomer, a sicko, hey, public needs to know. Public needs to know. If you haven't watched that video today, please watch it. There's somebody in the true crime genre, creator. Yeah, man. Watch the video I uploaded today. So I'm normally like pissed off, because what happens is these people go digging on these families and they harass the family members. And sometimes they'll have a name, right? And they'll look up the name. Well, however they dox these people, whatever, platform they're using, and they get the wrong person, and they send a lot of like harassment to the person, and they don't even have it right. This asshole just did it on the Idaho 4 case. He's done it multiple times. He has the right one, though. He has the right one. But there's
Since the TBI, possibly FBI, and Sumner County Sheriff's Office, have they vetted what she went to? Else,
here it is.
ING, his own daughter's boy, and you have the mom.
Listen,
and you have this guy, Larry Paul McClure. Larry Paul McClure. So this guy, a registered SO who served more than 17 years in prison for doing things to a relative, is now charged with MURDERING, his own daughter's boyfriend, and then marrying her. Now, I'm not going to get into the details on this, but just if you get the chance, I encourage all of you.
So that's where I will get into the details with my subs. Let's have a listen. Let's have a look-see. And this is my point. This is my point to this thing. And I'm going to explain this, guys, so just stick with me. I'll drop this in the chat for your viewing pleasure. Let me share this with you guys real fast so you have it. Alrighty. So what do we have here? Man allegedly married his adult daughter after helping to kill her boyfriend. A West Virginia man was accused of marrying his adult daughter and having sex with her after he helped her kill her boyfriend. Larry McClure, 55, allegedly wrote a letter to authorities confessing to the murder before telling investigators where to find the body. McClure is now facing first-degree murder charges, blah, 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 blah. Authorities believe all three knowingly concealed McGuire's body in a shallow grave at Larry McClure's Sky Gusty home. On or about February 14th, that's Valentine's Day, John McClure was struck in the head with a bottle of wine, then tied up, and then injected with 2 vials of methamphetamine. According to the local paper, after the injection, he was strangled. Larry McClure, a registered sex offender, allegedly made the unusual move of confessing to the crime in a letter to the authorities November 4th. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, people. I just want to say this. People get attacked all the time, man. Family members when these creators do this shit. But I'm not really mad at this dude because, hey, this is he found literally like 2 sex offenders in the Proudfoot's family. Hey, look, the public, at the end of the day, the public needs to know. The kids need to know. But here is the thing. And please listen to what I'm saying. This stuff is going to be you're going to see a lot of YouTube content coming out with this case. And boy, you have no idea what the Proudfoot family is about to go through. Honestly, you have not a clue. You have not a clue. You don't have a clue what the Wells have gone through and what they're still going through. You honestly you have no idea. This is gonna the conspiracies. I mean, let's look at the facts. There's a missing boy who's 15. He's 15 or 16. He's missing. Somebody in his family is a convicted killer. We can stop right there. We can just stop right there. I mean, there's more to add to that, but so the conspiracies, man, are going to be like haywire in the upcoming days. Out of control. That family is about to get there. They were already getting death threats. They were already getting death threats without +2 convicted sex offenders, plus 1 murder. But here's what's going to happen. So all that's going to happen. You've seen a lot that's happened to the Wells. You've all witnessed it on this platform. You don't know it all, but you've witnessed it. But this thing has never happened. This has never happened. But this is my thing, okay? Normally, I don't like this because when these people they tend to like they use the wrong name or they go hard on the wrong person or whatever, man. This happened. It happened in the Kylie Rodney case. It's happened so many cases. But all that's out the window because these people were sex offenders. So I'm not mad at them. But here's the thing. Sebastian is a young boy with autism, right? Let's just say next week, God, with prayers, he's found. His life is like changed to the maximum. To the maximum. This dude, this kid, could you imagine? Could you imagine him coming back? Let's just say he's found next week. Just put it into reality, hypothetically. Man, this is like a situation that reminds me of Summer Wells Brothers. You have all these idiot tragedy pimps and all these crazy videos that they do about their sister and their parents. They're gonna be on YouTube. They're gonna find these videos. Sebastian, the same thing. That's a lot to take in. Because hypothetically, if he was found next week, it'd be the best thing in the world. But he's already been through like the most crazy thing. Like we don't know where he was for over 60 days. We don't know what happened to him. Who has him, where he went. Like that's just a lot right there. But then all this, I guarantee you, I mean, I don't know, but I guarantee you that That kid doesn't know about this stuff. And he has to take all that in after. Man, it's people. It's a lot for an underdeveloped mind, especially one with autism. It's a lot for a kid. So I don't know, man. I'm not mad that you did this. Listen, you guys know I don't like JLR. I'm not mad that he did this, but at the same time, you got to look at both sides of the coin, man. And it's I don't know. What do y'all think? Yeah, I didn't know about that congressional meeting. $100%. So a lot of anti-CPS. Okay. No, this is not correct. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry about that. Florida has the most missing children in the foster care system. Oh, I didn't know that. So I made a short. Virginia has the most missing children. It is Virginia. It's Virginia and Florida. Yeah, Florida's number 2, but Virginia has so much missing people that it's insane how many people go missing in Virginia. It is insanity. So as far as foster care goes, I don't know. CPS is a joke. So I sent you the link to the clip. Okay, cool. That's interesting. So that came out in a congressional. That's very interesting. Yeah, she went through the store, guys. Yeah, I would love to hear that. Were trafficked while CPS care. I meant the children were trafficked while in CPS care, not specifically trafficked by CPS system itself, according to what I heard in the clip. It's been a while. Yeah, 100% vanished. 100%. Okay, okay, cool. Thank you. Skunk, you can say that again. We have a young dad fighting for this kid here in Hillsborough County that was taken from the mother, and CPS cut him out. Really? Tampa. That's Tampa. I'm right by you. I'm down the street, a hop, skip, and a jump. Fort Myers, Cape Coral. Down the road, I guess. So check your messages. Okay. So yeah, let me play that clip. I got to touch base with this guy. I also want to. Is Petro still in here? Petro, I never knew that CPS thing. Let me check the messages. What did she do? Did she text it? No, probably Twitter. Link to CPS rep admitting children are trafficked by. Holy shit! Thank you for sending that, Missy. So this is great. Before I show you guys the receipts and all this is great. Oh, really? Here's this link to this guy in the JLR video for your viewing pleasure. I'll also drop this link that Missy sent, wifey. Let's have a look at it. I did not know this. And then we'll get the guest on here, guys, and we'll do this. The chat looks very good tonight. I'm not worried about anybody coming in here, saying dumb things, because we have to respect people, man, when they come and tell our stories. And this is crazy, and it's important. It really is important. Love Senator Holly.
I'm going to go to Senator Butler that every child gets a Know Your Rights presentation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is that before or after you release them to labor traffickers?
Senator, every child that comes into our care gets a Know Your Rights presentation, as well as.
Have you read these New York Times reports, these stories, the series of stories the New York Times has done on the children who are in your care? Have you read them?
So I don't, this is one politician that I respect and trust, actually. He's a senator. I think trust and respect more that are in the House than I do in the Senate. But this Josh Hawley is a fucking beast. He is a fucking beast. I like him. I like Ted Cruz. I like Rand Paul. But he does not even play the radio. He's a lawyer. He's good. He just wrote a book. So I want to hear. This is very interesting. I want to hear this.
Yes, I have.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes? They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not giving meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no.
Yes.
Do the Know Your Rights presentation help them in those situations?
Senator ORR.
That's a yes or no, I think. Do you really think that you're helping these children by releasing them to labor traffickers and, yes, sex traffickers? 85,000 children whom you have no contact with, and your answer is we gave them a presentation before we turned them over to these people who are exploiting them on a scale not seen in this country for 100 years, a century. A century. It's a disgrace in the United States of America. Let me ask you this. You did an audit, I noticed, where you gave yourself a clean bill of health. So just tell me this. Do you require sponsors to document their relationship with the child?
Senator, we have a thorough vetting process.
Do you require sponsors to document their relationship with the child?
Yes, we go through.
No, you do
process.
not. You do not. Have you read the Senate's Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations reports on your office? There was one in 2016. There was one in 2018. There was one in 2020. There was one in 2022. Spanning administrations, what they found is you do not require sponsors to document their relationship with the child. You release them anyway. What about background checks? Do you require background checks on all adults in the household?
In cases where the child is being released to their parents, we do not require background checks. But Senator, I would
do you
really
require
like
background checks on all adults in the household in any case?
Yes, in some cases we do.
What percentage of cases do you do background checks on the adults in the household?
I don't have that number.
That's crazy. That's crazy. She just said that. You know why? Me and Noel were considering. We were considering fostering a child a while back, and our worry was my background, and so we decided to give it some more time, and then pursue it in the future. It's nuts to know that, and that should be what it is. Hey, it's no secret. I don't hide, my past mistakes and stuff like that. But that should be what it is. There should be a system, checks and balances and everything, especially with children. So if I have to wait, that's fine. But it's crazy to learn this. Yeah. So this whole, I'm seeing a lot of you guys' comments. This whole CPS is like the worst shit in the world. I'm hearing you guys and I'm reading your comments. This is just like kind of new to me. And trust me, what you're about to hear here in a minute is out of control. I just didn't know it was this like deep in corruption. Is Dave in the chat? Yeah, I guess so. Long gone. So this has only got a few more minutes left. I'm gonna get a hold of the guest. And I'm going to start reading his receipts here right after this, guys.
Do you do home visits in all cases? You can actually see where these children are being released, whose care you're putting them in?
We do not do home visits in all cases. Senator, I'd really like the opportunity to talk about what we are doing.
I know what you're doing, and it's incredibly and totally inadequate. And we can read about it in the New York Times. Since you say you've read it, let's talk a little bit about that New York Times report, if we could. Here's a quote from the April 17th installment. Again and again, veteran government staffers and outside contractors told HHS, including reports that reached the secretary.
Petro, man, you should definitely talk about that, man. When I introduce you, when I start helping you with your channel and shit, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But that's or even wifey could help you, man. That's actually, my wife is damaged goods with no regrets in the chat. Give her a subscribe, but that would be actually a good place for you to tell that story. But I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. I never knew that, bro. But a lot of you guys, Vanish says it. My sister, all for girls. This is crazy. I'll put them on the screen. Land of Lakes. Okay, gotcha. Land of Lakes. I know where that's at.
That
Aaron,
children
reach out
appear to be at
Noel.
risk. Did you warn the secretary that children were at risk?
We should definitely, reach out to Noel.
Senator, I'm in regular contact with the secretary.
Did you warn him that children were at risk?
Safety and well-being of children is our top priority.
Did you warn him that children were at risk?
I'm not going to get into the conversations I've had.
You're here and you're under oath, and this is an oversight hearing. And we need to know what you're doing because you're manifestly not doing your job. Did you warn him that children were at risk? Do you believe that children are at risk? Let's start with that.
Yes.
Okay. Did you warn the secretary?
Senator, I'm not going to get into the specifics of my conversation, but I would like the opportunity.
Why wouldn't you warn the secretary that children were at risk?
I would like the opportunity to talk about what we
Let's look at what the secretary said to you.
Josh Hawley does not even play.
The other one, James. Yeah, that one. At least 5 HHS staff members said they were pushed out after raising concerns about child safety. Mr. Becerra, that's the secretary, told the ORR director, that's you, right? That if she could not increase the number of discharges, he would find someone who could. And then he went on to say that if Henry Ford had run his plants like this, he would never have become famous and rich. This is not the way you do an assembly line. Get the kids out, run them through, get them out to those sponsors, those traffickers. Why didn't you resign when he said this?
For real.
Do you think that this is morally acceptable?
For real.
Senator, I joined ORR in September of 2022. I believe that was reported prior to my arrival, but I cannot speak.
This is from an article this year.
I can't speak to what the secretary.
Do you think that this is acceptable to run ORR like an assembly line and to release these children to traffickers?
We do not run ORR like an assembly line. The safety and well-being of children is our top concern. And by
plainly not. Plainly, it is not your top concern because you have managed to lose 85,000 of them. And the Times knows where they are, or 2/3 of them, and they're with labor traffickers. It's unbelievable. Let me just ask you this. How many kids right now, of the 430,000 approximately unaccompanied children who've crossed the border under this administration? It's an astounding number. How many are you in regular contact with right now?
Senator, we have a number of different providers across the country.
But what's the number? What's the number? How many of you are you in? You said child welfare is your top concern. What's the number?
I don't have the specific number.
How can you not know? Why would you come to this hearing and not know?
Respectfully, if you would like us to provide comprehensive case management to children 100%, after they're released from our care, so we can report.
Respectfully, I would like you to do your job and not release children to human traffickers. Respectfully, that's what I would like. I'd like you not facilitate the largest child trafficking ring in American history. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Senator Ossoff.
Thank you.
Yeah, Josh is the man. That's 100% right. I love that dude. He fights for us, man. He's a politician that we actually have that actually it fights for us, and we can't say that about a lot of them. Not in the uniparty, not corrupt. They try to smear him, but he doesn't even fuck off. He doesn't even play off. He does not even fuck off. All right. Anyway, so the guest tonight. Let me get into these receipts, guys. A few things to show you. Look, a lot of what you're going to hear tonight is false medical stuff, and I'm going to have Noel join me to explain that stuff. I'm not you're going to hear a lot of so in these receipts, you're going to find out that so CPS, and I don't want to tell the story, but basically Dave, my panel guest, is a grandfather. Okay. And Dave was explaining to me that his daughter and the boyfriend, he feels as though they were singled out. They were singled out. Oh, there he is. He's texting me. I'm watching your show. It won't let me comment. Okay. Not a problem. There goes Dave right there. We need Dave to comment. So Dave, I know you can hear me right now. Not a problem. Guys, hold on 1 second. Let me just do something real fast. Give me 1 second, guys. Actually, you know what? So Dave, let me do this. Let me do this. I know what I can do. I can just bring you straight up. But I was originally have you go to the YouTube chat and chat with them, and then I could drop the link. I'm gonna send it to you directly on Facebook. All right. So just let me guys, give me a second. Let me put the screenshot back up so you can start understanding what's going on. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here's the link. Bam. Okay. All right, Dave, I'm gonna text you the link. So what I'd like you to do is, all you have to do is you can click it now. Not a problem. You can click it now, but I want to kind of read these, or you want if you want to wait a couple minutes and then all you have to do is click that link. Okay. So it says addressing your concerns about Rachel's medical appointments. Rachel's cardiologist. He sees Rachel once every 6 weeks in Texas. Also, Rachel on the same interval. Like Dr. Blank, appointments need to be scheduled a maximum of 2 months in advance next month. Rachel can have another cardio appointment. Deanna Engel is Rachel's primary care physician. Mrs. Engel sends referrals to specialists based on her assessment of Rachel's medical needs. Last Tuesday, the baby check was canceled and rescheduled due to weather and road closures. I saw Dr. Engel's records department the following day. I was appalled to learn that only 14 pages of medical records were provided by Texas practitioners. Dr. Engel has considerably more medical records in her possession to review and make referrals. Okay, so back to the backstory. We have Dave, who is the grandfather of Rachel. Rachel is on the thumbnail. That's his life. That's his grandbaby. And his family was singled out. And the only reason that Dave, in my opinion, the only reason that Dave was able to beat CPS was, well, he's going to come up here and tell you guys how much it cost to beat CPS. But in conversation with Dave, I caught myself telling him at the end of his story, I caught myself saying, you beat CPS. But here's the thing. He didn't beat CPS. He did beat them. You're going to see court documents say that they exaggerated, that they lied. But did he really beat them? 17 months of a fight, of lies, of the government coming and taking your kid. It cost him a lot of money. A lot. So does he win in the end? He doesn't win. The most important thing happened. The kid is back with him, not them. So I guess it's a win. But is it though? When you have to, CPS is fucked up. So here's what are we? So if you look at this thing here, it's got 3 sections. Okay, it says on the top left, it says, what are we worried about? Safety factors. In the middle, it says, what's wrong, what's working well, and strengths. And then it says, what needs to happen, family tasks, and personal responsible. Let me check the comments before I do that. What's going on with Dave? Is he able to hit? Dave, you're more than welcome to hit the link, sir. Let me give him a buzz, guys. Hold on, because he's not too tech savvy. So let me just walk him through this. And I have some pictures of Rachel here. Check your Facebook, Dave. Check your Facebook. Messenger. Here he is. That worked, huh? Okay. What's up, Dave?
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing all right. How are you, sir?
Okay, good.
So I know there's a lot to get into on this. And I was trying to
All right, I'll check my
What's that?
I'll check my Facebook.
No, you're good. You're good. You're on here. You're on here. You're good. Uh-oh, did we lose him? Oh, he left. Yeah. I gotta teach him you can't leave the So when you hit that link and you're talking to me, you don't want to exit that. You don't want to exit that screen. So if you exit the screen, you'll exit the live. What I was trying to send you on Facebook is the link, and you already had clicked it. So it's okay. No, not a problem. Just re-click that link or go to Facebook and click the link. So here's Dave getting his granddaughter back finally. There's a lot of backstory with, obviously, Dave is the grandfather. Okay. There's a backstory with mother, the father, obviously. And you'll kind of learn from him how they were targeted. Look at little Rachel, 17 months they had to go without their little joy, their little, and that's messed up. These people did this, man. It's a sick it's a sick system, man, to have to go through this crap. It really is. All right, so you there? You there, Dave?
I'm back.
All right, listen. So yeah, when you're on here, you kind of just got to deal with this because it'll take you off. All right. So look, I told you you'd have a lot of support in the chat. I'm not gonna have people in here trolling you. So listen, you have a lot of support in the chat. There's a lot of people who feel the same way that you do. Okay. There's a lot of people in here with personal testimony of CPS doing them and their families wrong. But when I talked to you, I never met somebody who beat them like you did. So I just wanted to kind of, get into this. I know it's a long story. So I guess just take off, man. From the beginning, what happened, and we'll go from there. Did you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so from the beginning. Yes.
So what happened? How did this start?
It started when I went down to Texas. We're getting a time delay.
We can hear you.
I went down there to make sure that my granddaughter Rachel would be safe and taken care of.
Uh-huh. Are you getting an echo on your end?
Yes, I'm getting an echo and a time delay.
Okay, listen, how about this? Do you know how to close out the windows on your phone? Do you know how to do that? Dave?
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Close out your YouTube.
Okay.
X out your YouTube. Yeah. Is it better on your end?
Yeah, it's better on my end now.
Okay, so Rachel is the daughter of who?
Rachel is the daughter of my son.
Okay. And what happened there? How did this start? CPS has to get involved because something happened. Somebody said something. How did this whole thing start?
Well, they had already had a kid taken from them. Hannah was taken from them, but we lost Hannah.
Okay.
So they were already on CPS's radar. I showed up in Texas in June of 2021, and I wanted to make sure my granddaughter Rachel would be safe, that her needs would be met, that CPS would not be involved or would not have any need to get involved. And I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to help them, and I wanted to make sure Rachel was very blessed in my care, or in our care. So we showed up at the hospital on July 9th of 2021 at 4 a.m. They were scheduled to induce labor. So they broke the mother's water, and a little while later, the heart monitor was jumping up and down. And I called it to the nurse's attention. I says, "What's this?" She looks at it, says, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "What?" And she just brushed it off. "Oh, nothing." So what happened was the umbilical cord was wrapped around Rachel's neck, and they had to perform an emergency C-section. And I was worried about cardiomyopathy. I told the doctor, Hannah, her older sister Hannah that we lost had cardiomyopathy. So,
Right.
So they performed an emergency C-section and started a CPS case the same day.
Why did they start the CPS case?
Well, it wasn't really clear to me at the time. Well, it's still not very clear to me, but
from what you're saying, like where's abuse at? Where's child neglect at? From what you just told me.
Yeah, there was no child neglect. It was right when she was born at the hospital. I mean,
so and there was a previous case. Your son and the woman that he was with, were they people who had a lot of money? Were they middle class? Were they on the lower end of things?
They were on the lower end of things.
Okay, that's a lot of people in America. So, would do you feel like maybe they handpicked these cases?
Yes. I mean, the mother, she does have some issues. She was an easy target, but yes, it was handpicked.
A lot of people feel like they handpicked the cases, and that's not an out of ordinary thought. That's not like a crazy thing to think. Low income seems to be a big factor in this in this thinking. Now, why would you say she's an easy target?
Oh, why? She has angry outbursts and things like that.
Okay.
But she was never given a chance to take care of this child. I mean, this child was basically ripped right out of her womb. And they stated untreated mental condition of the mother, but throughout this case, CPS just stonewalled giving her any mental health care.
Right.
So they use that as grounds to take her, but they will never they refused to help her with her mental condition.
So right off the gate, there's a CPS case. So how does that work? Because I honestly only know about people who have kids, and CPS comes in, later on, 3 years old, 5 years old is the case. People that I know that have dealt with this. So right off the gate, how does that work? So I do know that people, when a woman's pregnant, there's, if they find out that there's, drugs in her system, CPS can get involved for that. Or
Yeah.
things like this, but that's the only.
And that's not the case here at all. There was no drug use from any family member. In fact, the mother has never done drugs, has never used alcohol for that matter, even though, and later in the case, they tried to accuse her of fetal alcohol syndrome. She's never taken a drink in her life.
So how does that work as far as like the, she just gave labor and there's a CPS case going on. Who has custody of the child at this point?
Well, they took the baby right out of the hospital at 2 days old. So,
Wow.
From 2 days forward, CPS had custody.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened? So what happened after labor and they took the child? What's happening next?
They tried to have an adversary hearing 3 days afterward.
And what is that?
An adversary hearing is a hearing to determine if CPS was wrong in taking the baby, or if they have a valid reason to have a case, and then you have to go through the case and do the service plan and everything. So CPS, they're supposed to, if they were wrong in taking the baby or wrong in taking your child, they're supposed to give them back, but they very, very seldom do. Nobody really gets an adversary hearing. They're expected to make a deal.
And this is with a lawyer? So you guys have a lawyer at this point, or what?
Yeah, they took her. So they could have kept my granddaughter in the hospital. They done that, but for some reason they went to a biased judge. This judge had already been a CPS attorney before she became a judge. And so they went to this biased judge and they got a fraudulent emergency order to remove our child on a Sunday instead of a Monday.
Okay, so at this hearing, this is to determine if they have a case or not, and evidently the outcome is yes, they do, right?
Yeah, but it was so they postponed the hearing twice.
The first adversary hearing, they postponed it.
Yes, they postponed that adversary hearing twice.
What were these reasons?
I'm having trouble hearing you. I can barely hear you, but
what were the reasons they postponed it?
They just didn't want to do the hearing, I guess. I mean, that's not even really clear to me.
Okay, so you're unsure. All right.
Yeah.
So what's next in this process? What happens after this hearing?
So after this, so when we finally have the adversary hearing, I'm offered a deal, and I'm offered this deal by the father's attorney. The attorneys never consulted their actual clients about the deal, but they told me they would place the child with me, and they made it sound pretty easy. So I took the bait and we made a deal. And it was the placement is something they never had any intention of doing that. So we had to go through the whole case.
Where was the placement at?
The placement was supposed to take place with me in my new apartment, but that never happened.
So what was the delay? Why couldn't that happen? What was the
So they so when I made the deal, I was unaware. I was not aware at all of some lies that were told about me at the hospital and some things that were taken out of context. I wasn't aware that a nurse had told CPS, or supposedly a nurse had told CPS, that I was sponge bathing the mother and changing her pads. And there's 3 reasons for that, as near as I can tell now. One reason was to make me look like a pervert that could potentially molest my granddaughter.
Of course.
The other reason is to imply that I would not be able to set boundaries with the mother because I was in a sexual relationship with the mother. And the third reason was to compel me to take a psychological evaluation that I would normally not need to take as an intervener.
Wow. So that's what eventually stalls the placement process, so that now you have to wait on something else.
Yeah, so now we have to go through the whole case where the CPS worker is exaggerating the child's medical conditions. She's constantly she's making the service plan as hard as possible, and she's obstructing the service plan. We're required to do a lot of Zoom visits, and a lot of times we couldn't get on the Zoom visits. So we had to call the mother's attorney, who was most helpful with that. We would text her, and then the mother's attorneys would help us get onto these Zoom visits or these Zoom doctor appointments, which we were paying her hourly rate at over $300 an hour. So we just had to go through 11 and a half months of total insanity.
Dave,
and then we were supposed to have a jury trial.
You said that you pay what you paid her. This is 17 months of a process that you fought CPS.
Yes.
What was the total amount of money that you spent to get Rachel back?
So just on attorneys alone, it was about 180,000, but
180,000.
I spent about a $250,000 up till to get her back. But yeah, it was close to 300,000 by the time it was all said and done. By the time I got her securely into my care, out of state and securely into my care.
Yeah, they cannot give you any of that money back after what the paperwork that you showed me was it was a judge saying that they exaggerated, that they lied medically, like on medical forms and whatnot and diagnoses. How are they not liable for every red cent of that money back? How is that even legal?
Well, it's not legal, I can tell you that, but I've tried to find attorneys that would sue CPS, that would either sue the investigator or sue our caseworker, and I've only found one attorney that was willing to take the case. It was Vince Davis out in California. He said he could file a pro hoc visa and take the case, but he wanted real money up front, and I don't have that. I've spent all my money to fight these criminal thugs.
Of course. Why would only one? You're all the way in Texas at this point. I know that you moved, but we'll get to that later. But why would you only be able to find one lawyer willing to take this case, which you have receipts on and evidence? This would be a kind of a gift to a lawyer. There's only one clear reason why a lawyer would not take that, and that would be
And that would be fear of reprisal.
Because they're government.
Yeah, because of the government. And, because of what could happen to them, what kind of retaliation would happen to them.
100%. Okay, so we're at the jury trial. You're at the jury trial, with the start of it at least. What happens with this process?
Okay, so
go ahead.
So I had my attorney, and the mother had her attorney, and the father had his attorney, and they all went into a room and talked with the CPS attorneys. They all went in there and talked, and my attorney came out. Going into the room, she told me she acted like we were going to have a trial and that she was going to give me a trial. But she came out and said, we got a deal here for a monitored return. And I said, well, I want to have a trial. I have a right to a trial. She said, well, you should consider this deal. And then we had to go into another room with all of our attorneys and CPS workers. And they're all wanting to do a monitored return. I want to do a jury trial. And, my son as well, the parents as well, they want to do a monitored return. Actually, the mother wasn't there with the beginning of the actual jury trial, but my son wanted to do a monitored return. And finally I said, well, if he can do it without my consent, okay, let's let him try it.
What does that mean? Monitored return. What does that mean?
That's where they bring the child back to you, and CPS still monitors the situation. And if it goes good, they close the case and give you your child back.
Okay. So why did they grant that?
They granted that because they were scared to death of a jury trial. They were just too cowardly to face a jury with their false, cowardly accusations.
And when you go to it's when you go to jury trial that it's all revealed.
That it's all what?
That it's all revealed, like these.
Yeah, it's all revealed. I mean, you CPS makes their case, you make your case, and the jury makes a decision. So yeah, they were scared of what could come out at the jury trial.
I have yet to show them what you sent me, and I will shortly. So
yeah,
that came out at the jury trial, and you told me two things that really stood out with me, and I want to tell the chat this. The first thing I asked you, well, one of the first things when we were talking was I was telling you about my friend that has a missing little girl out of Tennessee. He has a strong sense and theory. He believes it with all his heart that CPS has something to do with his daughter missing. And then I told you it was from Tennessee, and I remember what you told me. Do you remember what you told me?
Yes, I said Tennessee was probably the worst state for CPS, although Texas is right up there, close to being the worst state. And yeah, I said that wouldn't surprise me.
And one more thing is, you don't have to say this if you don't want. You don't answer it if you don't want. But when after the trial, you this was in Texas that you dealt with all this from, and what happened? What did you do after you won? What did you do?
Oh yes, I immediately left Texas that very night.
In fear of retaliation.
And in fear of them just starting another case. I mean, there was nothing to keep them from starting another case now that I'm broke and don't have any money for attorneys.
Oh, obviously, yeah, because they've already that would be the third time.
Yeah.
So some of the things that you sent me, I guess we can review them. I could put them on the screen here. some of these things are medical conditions and whatnot. What do they exactly exaggerate on and lie about? I mean, I know a lot of things, but as far as like medical stuff, I can put it on the screen.
So the caseworker claimed that our granddaughter had hyptonia and hypertonia at the same time. I mean, that's impossible.
Yeah. And what are those diagnoses?
I'm not going to try to remember which is which right now, but one of them is tight
I'll put it on the screen,
muscles.
guys, when he jumps off. I'll show you the receipts.
One of them is tight muscles, and the other one is weak and floppy muscles.
My wife would know. She's hit to the medical stuff.
Oh yeah.
When I was reviewing that, so before you came on the panel, there was an email sent that I read that email. What was that email about?
So that was after that email was to a Wyoming caseworker. This was after I had left Texas. Texas still continued to pursue me here in Wyoming, and after about so I got I had a town police officer go to my babysitter to do a welfare check.
Wow.
That was the first interaction with law. And actually, I'm in National Guard in Wyoming. So when I left when I was released from National Guard drill, I saw a town police officer following me to my babysitter's house. And then a few days later, he interviewed the babysitter. They called it a welfare check, said, well, since they couldn't find me, they had to go to the babysitters. That was their excuse. Then I had a town police officer one day, and then I had the deputy sheriff one day, and then a town police officer the next day knock on my door wanting to do a welfare check. And then later I had two deputy sheriffs and a DFS worker want me to sign a safety plan. And then 3 weeks after that, they wanted me to sign this safety plan that the one that I sent to you.
All right,
Plan. It was a totally inappropriate safety plan.
Scarlett, I just want to address one person in the comments. Scarlett. So here's the thing, though. He went to court and had a jury trial, and I haven't shown.
No, we didn't have a jury trial. We had a monitored return, but but later we had an agreed final order. CPS agreed to give my granddaughter back. They said, you're free to go. And they gave us a final order. I emailed that to you, that final order.
Yeah,
I believe it. Yeah.
I'm going to show them this once you jump off the panel. I'll read all the court documents and stuff. It's hard for me to do with you on here to share the screen. But to Scarlett, to your comment, so in some of these court documents, it's saying that the CPS exaggerated, they lied, they misdiagnosed, they did a lot of bullshit, and then they agreed and gave him his granddaughter back. I don't, so not that you're wrong, Scarlett, or not this, I'm not, arguing with you. I'm just talking to you. Why would CPS need to monitor anything the man did? Okay. When in fact, they were the ones lying. They were the ones lying. They're exaggerating. They're doing all this. He didn't do nothing. He's fighting 17 months. I understand if your comment means like because he's not the biological father or the parent. If that's what you mean, well, still, and most CPS.
And let me add something. The monitored return was to the biological father. It wasn't to me. The monitored return. The biological father did complete the monitored return.
Okay. So some of this language and stuff, I've never dealt with CPS like this. Some of this language is new to me, but So does that make sense? Let me just see. It's life. We're all so close. Love my sons in USA. Are they allowed to interview a babysitter in this type of case? Does it make sense? It doesn't make any sense to me. You are emailing to them because you are openly criticizing them. They don't like it and they take it out on the children. Yeah, that makes sense, Petro, 100%. That makes sense. Of course, they still have to. So this is the comment that I was addressing. Of course, they have to monitor the safety because the child is not with the parent. That's standard. Earlier in here, we had a lawyer, I think. Where'd that lawyer go? Here she is. That's a lot. I would want to see the attorney billing. It doesn't add up. You don't get anywhere suing the government. No money is there to take. There are limits. What do you mean? What does that mean? No. If the government takes your family away, and if your government takes your family away, grandchild, son, cousin, whatever, wrongly, and then in court they are proven to be exaggerating, lying, misdiagnosing. No, the government owes you some cheddar, at the very least. At the very least, it's the least they can do is give the man a lot of money back. Another aspect of this we didn't touch is this CPS thing. For people who don't know, when they diagnosed Rachel with all types of stuff, okay, and for one of the things was a cardiologist. Who in the chat thinks a cardiologist is inexpensive? Anybody? Any takers? No. Cardiologist is very expensive. So to get a second opinion, that's extremely expensive. It's extremely expensive. And you're using the system's own doctors. The system's own doctors. So CPS, so your kid gets taken and you have to go through. It reminds me of when I was going through workers' comp. When I was dealing with that part of the law. When I was suing an employer at this point, and I have an injury, and I have to use the workers' comp doctors. Okay, let me tell you something. That them doctors are lying pieces of shit, because in this instance, my knee is still messed up. My knee is still messed up right now. And these doctors kept telling me that, oh, it's just don't worry. No, it's just this and that. They were saying it was overuse and basically like barely slight arthritis in the knee, right? And I'm like, nah, shenanigans, man. Nah. And so here's the deal. So I have to use these freaking workers' comp doctors. My knee hurts me till this day. Look, here goes a knee brace. My knee still hurts. It wasn't no overuse. It wasn't no little taking ibuprofen. My shit's fucked up. But I have to use the system's medical people. I got to use because man, that shit is all in it. It's the system. The doctor's going to downplay my injury because that has everything to do with the amount that I make or off the lawsuit. It has everything to do with it. Or the whole wheeling and dealing process comes off that. And I even actually argued with with one of these doctors. I snapped on him. And I said, man, you're fired. He's like, he never heard that before. He's like, you can't do that. I said, no, you're fired, bro. I don't like you. And then magically, my knee was more messed up. But this is something totally different. But with CPS, it's the same thing. You have to use the system's doctors, the system's nurses, and to challenge it, it's hell of expensive, huh? How much do you think that would have cost you?
Well, I mean, I did get a second and third opinion because my insurance company paid for that. But, these doctors are not going to go against another doctor unless a stand-up doctor. You're not going to, he's going to say the same thing the other doctor said. He
Of
or
course.
she.
A stand-up doctor. I think we got a taste of that with COVID. I don't know any stand-up doctors.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to find.
The ones that did were silent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people are asking if they were even allowed to interview the babysitter in that case. And
that was very questionable.
Are they still bothering you?
Well, yes and no. I mean, they're I guess they're doing an investigation on the parents, and they have a new child, so it's not really clear who the investigation is about, but they haven't taken any children.
So leaving Texas to Wyoming, that says a lot to me for what you went through. You literally left Texas. Was it the day right after court?
Yes, that night after court, I left the state.
How fast did it take for that email to come? How many what's the time frame when the email came? Like weeks later, months later, days later?
Which email?
The email when you were in Wyoming.
Well, that email that I sent you was something I sent to the caseworker, to the Wyoming caseworker that was wanting me to do the job of a primary care physician and schedule doctor appointments for my granddaughter. That wasn't even my job.
Right, but when they originally emailed you, not the one that I.
Oh, I mean, well, they started pursuing us right away, right after we left the state. Ever since my son, 2 days later, he counseled a physical therapy appointment, and they were right after us after he counseled a physical therapy appointment. He told the therapist that we relocated and no longer needed the services of any baby can.
This is crazy, man. What do you so what is your takeaway from all this? Like your caseworker.
Yeah, our caseworker.
Yeah, your caseworker.
She was the most horrible, disgusting thing there is. I mean, the most evil, grotesque piece of garbage you could imagine.
Yeah, I read about her. She seems like that type of person. This has got to be so crazy. How often did you see Rachel during this process?
Usually once a week, either in person or by Zoom. If she was sick, it would have to be by Zoom. It started out by Zoom in the beginning. In the beginning it started out in person, and then there was a few times where she was sick, so it had to be by Zoom, but generally once a week.
Yeah, legal attractions with Julie. You however, sovereign immunity limits your suit. You seem like you know what you're talking about, ma'am. Are you a lawyer for CPS, or do you take cases against CPS? What's up?
I guess sovereign immunity applies to the judge, not to a caseworker. But sovereign immunity is only for legally, sovereign immunity only covers civil liability. That legally, the judge is fair game on criminal liability.
Let's see. I didn't mean. She's not answering. I am multitasking. I missed that. I would have questioned oxygen. You could would you like to hit the panel? I have a question for you, ma'am. There's somebody in the comments, Dave. Do you so legal extraction with Julie McLennan? Here, if you could have the link if you'd like. If you're a lawyer that takes on these cases with CPS, yeah, Petro, 100%. No,
Okay, yeah, but the judge has sovereign immunity. The CPS workers have what is called qualified immunity. So you have, when you sue them, you have to get past qualified immunity.
Okay. Somebody ask Mrs. Legal extraction if she does any pro bono work and she'd be willing to help Don and Candace Wells. That'd be important. Anyway, so okay. I'm gonna put some stuff on the screen. Can you see it? I'm gonna share some stuff. Let me see if you let me know if you can see it, okay?
I doubt that I could see it. My screen's really well, I can expand my screen, so yeah, go ahead. I'll try to see it.
You shouldn't have to. It's just gonna be the stuff that you sent me, so I can kind of show them.
Oh,
just
yeah.
let me know.
Well, I know what I sent you.
Like right now, can you see the screen? Was it on the screen? Yeah, you should be able to see it. Can you see it? No? See, that's what there's a problem with sharing on this. You can't see that, huh, Dave? No, he can't see it. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so yeah, I can't do it when you're on here for some reason. Not a problem. I wanted to show them this and go over these receipts and stuff, but I for some reason I can't do it with you up here. But it's not a problem.
Okay. Well, if there's anybody that wants to see it, they can shoot you their email address.
No, I'm gonna put it on the screen here momentarily, so I can read out to them. All right. So you get her back. Trial's done. You move. How is life now?
How is life now? So, life is still very uncomfortable.
Are you afraid?
Yeah. Part of the reason life is pretty uncomfortable is because I helped the parents have another child, and one reason, well, so during the case, CPS claimed that our child has cardiomyopathy, and they claimed that it was genetic. And so they claimed that if the parents had any more children, this child would be born with the same cardiomyopathy.
Noel, what is that, Noel? Emma, he's got her. He's got her. You never asked me anything. What is what is the cardio? What is that? What kind of diagnosis? What is that? It's the heart, right?
Yes, it's a slow heart rate, and it's spongy area in the ventriculars.
Okay. They can't know that for a fact, somebody says. That is not 100% a fact. Oh, they can't diagnose that, you guys? Is that what you guys mean? Yeah, Paul. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. So some people are saying they can't diagnose her with that, I guess, for a fact. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's a slow heat. It doesn't have to go to the baby. That's too much overreach. They can't tell a person they can't have a child. Yeah, that's true. All right.
So now the parents. So now there is another child, and uh, as far as we can tell, well, I mean, if you looking at both children, they appear completely healthy. Rachel, you wouldn't know she had any problem, just by looking at her. She appears to be completely healthy, and her little brother appears to be completely healthy. We did get we did get him examined for we did have a cardiologist check him out, and basically the diagnosis is that he's healthy, but they the cardiologist won't be, or they won't be completely conclusive because they're trying to cover themselves.
You can't say they're not allowed to have a baby because of possible death defect. What about you and your, what about like you though? Like, are you paranoid? Do you live day by day thinking that this could happen any day?
I guess I'm not really paranoid. I'm just uncomfortable. I mean,
I would be.
it just seems like I can't really rest. I can't fully rest. I mean?
Yeah, 100%. It's understandable.
And I'm just so angry that this could have that this can happen in the United States of America, and we supposedly have constitutional rights. I mean,
yeah, 100%. Things are getting bad, man. It's starting to get weird out here in these USA streets. It's sad that you had to go through this, man, and I just I don't understand how you can't sue these people to at least some compensation back. I don't get it. You spend a lot of money, but that's not even, that's just what you spent. All those trips to the hospital and to the CPS and not working and all that adds up too.
yeah, it all added up to over 200,000. I mean,
it's a lot of money. You could have a house with that. You could have. I mean, if they didn't do this to you, you could have took that money and had a house and been renting it out right now. You could have built a house in Florida for $200,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nuts. That is nuts. So a lot of people are commenting on the condition here. I really hope he will reach out. Somebody says they're requesting that you reach out to ACLU attorneys. Have you heard of this?
American Civil Liberties Union. I haven't tried reaching out to them yet.
It might be worth it might be worth yeah, it might be worth a shot. I don't know. There's got to be some type of resources available for something. Yeah, it seems like once you started, somebody said when you started fighting back, that's what happened, and I can agree with
I mean, if you lawyer up, they're just going to fight you harder. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, unless there's maybe about you could probably count on one hand the number of attorneys in Texas that could maybe actually help you. You know, I mean, that could maybe actually be somewhat effective.
So you said Tennessee is one of the most corrupt places. Shit, Texas doesn't sound too you know.
Yeah, no, Texas is right up there. Texas is right up there with them.
Yeah, the my buddy that I'm talking about, he tells me some stuff about what's going on with him, and it's crazy to say the least. Can't talk about it too much because it's ongoing, and it's there's a lot of factors of the internet that it's not a good idea to talk about it. It's different than yours. Yours is done with, but you know, so it's hard for me to really take in. A lot of things are making sense. A lot of things are adding up now, and it's crazy. I do want to show them these receipts, Dave. Kind of like
Okay.
read them and the documents. I don't know, man. I know you have a lot more to talk about. I know this is something that's like very hard to wrap up in an hour and a half or so. So I don't know if you want to come back on a different night or what to continue.
Yeah, sure. I can come back on a different night.
Now that you got to like utilize the link and all that, you know,
Yeah.
what I originally wanted to do was kind of read these things and have you up, but you know, you got a lot of support in the chat. Do you know how to go?
Well, thank you all. I appreciate it.
Yeah, guys.
And
guys
yeah, I could be a little better prepared next time I come on. And
no, you're all right, man. But do you know how to use YouTube and rewind it back to read the comments?
well, I'll try it after I get off, and
it's not.
if I
It's
need
not
any
hard.
help, I'll give you a call or something.
Let me know. I'll help you out, man. All right.
Okay.
I'll be in touch. We're gonna have you back up here to kind of finish this all up. I just want to read them these receipts and stuff and catch
All
you
right.
up. Just hit the when you watch this on your phone, just start it from the beginning and you'll see the live chat. But you have a lot of
All right.
support. All right, David.
All right.
Take care. We'll be in contact.
You bet. Thank you, Matt.
No problem. Stay safe.
Yeah. Sure. Bye.
Give Rachel a hug from us in the chat.
I sure will.
Okay, man.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, let me show you guys this. Dave was cool. He's not, you know, on panels a lot and stuff, but let me try to show you guys this stuff here. I'd like to have him link up with Wifey, because when it comes to all this medical terms, look, guys, I don't really know too much about it. So this is Rachel, and let's get into this stuff. This is the email I was reading before. Rachel's medical appointments. So I don't know if this is the email that was, he said it. We read this one before, but here's some of this. Let's get to this stuff. Hold on. This is what I had on the screen when he hit the link. So I don't know if you know about CPS, then you know about what this is. It's some type of like checklist type of thing. It says, what are you worried about? Safety factors, what's working well, strengths, what needs to happen, family tasks, and persons responsible. Okay, so what are the safety factors? It was reported that Rachel is being medically neglected and not receiving the care she needs. Okay, what's working well? Employment, housing. What needs to happen? David will schedule appointments with cardiologist, neurologist, endocrinologist, pulmonologist, ophthalmologist. Damn, eyes, heart, brain. God. By April 7th, and we will provide proof of scheduled appointments to DFS. David will follow through with the appointments and provide records to DFS. If David does not cooperate and work with DFS and the medical appointment, there will be a court intervention. Okay. Let's go to this one. I don't know which one of these is in order. I'm going to have to get on my phone for this. You have to zoom in, but it's there for you. And then I'm going to hit the comments after this one. Let me just see what this, let me just read this to you. Okay, it's right here. So it says, County, Texas CPS case, parents relinquished parental rights to agreement prohibited by using the basis to open another CPS case. Grandfather arrived in Texas to ensure expectant granddaughter Rachel would be safe. Grandfather, mother arrived at this and that. Notice the heart rate on the vitals monitor. GF called situation to attention to a nurse who explained, oh my God, when asked to explain, nurse dismissed GF. Relayed concerns of cardiomyopathy, like Sister Hannah to deliver doctor. Okay, what is all this? Where's the meat and potatoes? Okay, here we go. Grounds to removal. Untreated mental condition of mother, protective order of father. Later, caseworker would falsely claim the father failed to appear at the hospital. False, out of context, and largely secret allegations regarding GF behavior. Removal affidavit stated that the grandfather inquired as to when mother could have sex again. A statement totally taken out of context. Discovery documents later revealed additional false allegations against the grandfather. False accusations, including that the GF was sponge bathing the mother and changing her pads. That's fucking sick. These people are sick. Those people are sick. There are three likely reasons for the false accusations against GF: to imply he was a pervert that could potentially molest his own granddaughter, to imply that it wasn't possible for GF to set boundaries with the mother because of an implied sexual relationship, to compel GF to take a psych evaluation that normally wouldn't be required of an interventor. In the adversary hearing, he was saying most of the courtroom discussions out of presence. Let me skip through this. Okay, here we go. On August 12th, at the adversary hearing, the grandfather accepted a bait and switch deal agreement reached to place child with GF after certain requirements of GF was unaware the most of the allegations against him. Early August, the family was informed the child had cardiomyopathy and other health conditions, however you say that. Excuse me. The mother's attorneys present. The visit would be used to fabricate numerous false accusations of the CASA report. The false accusations included the very blunt lie that the mother was choking her baby. The GF failed to pull a proper dosage of medication, and there's no cleaning supplies in the apartment. August 11th, the family at 6 p.m. received a fraudulent CASA report dated Report contained numerous outrageous false accusations. September 21st. Scheduled medical training for child at Dell Children's. This appointment resulted in more false accusations that the GF insisted on bringing unauthorized persons to visit. Okay, let me show you the next one. Let me hit the chat real fast, as I've been away from the comments. Yeah, it gets even better. Just listen. Oh yeah, he's he's not too YouTube friendly, guys. So it's all new to him. I'm proud of him for hitting the link. I'm proud of him coming up and telling a story. But it gets even crazier. That's sick though, because that's so sick. You literally can really damage somebody by saying that. That could really how could that not damage you? When a government entity tells you that, they pretty much made him to be a pervert or some type of chomo, right? That shit can come up on like employment. If he's getting a job, if he has to rent something, that shit's crazy. Like, that's super damage. How the hell can't you sue for this? This shit is crazy to me. Let me continue. Watch this shit. This is nuts. All right. This is the same one I have on screen. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm on the wrong one. Hold on. November. Okay, this is it. All right, so here we go. Early October, a home visit from CASA worker resulting in another fraudulent report ahead of the status hearing. October 13th, status hearing reset for November 4th. Father's attorney was a no-show. The 21st, grandfather received child cardiological training from Dell's Children's Hospital, Austin, Texas. Okay. So on the 9th, the attorneys withdraw by mutual agreement of client. March 20th, Permacy Conference, CPS attended to force the mother into verbal and physical episode. Mother had panic attack instead. Then there was a pre-memorandum conference. Excuse me if I'm saying this stuff wrong. Level 2 discovery hearing, level 2 denied. MRI at neurologist. FM falsely claimed to GF that she was the only one allowed back to the doctor. Staff escorted father back. MRI was clear across the board. CPS had claimed possible cerebral palsy. April 7th, the permanency hearing, all of the judge's rulings were erroneous and frivolous. All of the hearing and level 2 denial rulings, district judge reviewed associate judge's rulings and upheld most of them. After numerous police calls, the father separates from the mother at the advice of his counsel. Father's counsel later files for divorce. Okay, whatever. GF takes court-ordered psychological evaluation. Mediation was unsuccessful. Pretrial, mother's attorney informs. Okay. On the 16th, the CPS case worker removed from the case. On the 8th of August, monitored return to the premissory hearing. Hearing lasted 7 hours. Jesus Christ. Notably, moments in the hearing include child's PCP refusing to answer a simple question from the mother's counsel. Other notable exchanges include CPS witness upon cross-examination from father's counsel, knowledge of the 5-minute rule for leaving child alone in the car, and totally inappropriate pictures of child presented by foster mom. There was a significant amount of viewers on court hearing in person, mediation, MSA reached the retired. Okay, where's the fucking thing at, man? I got the wrong receipt here. Hold on. This is not what I'm looking for. Give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on, guys. Here it is. All right, let's get that one up. Can you guys see these receipts or no? I can zoom in. I'll post them on my community wall after this live. Let me hit the comments real fast. Made out, talk clear. These babies were really. There's no rules to raising the child. Oh my God, the poor man. Yeah, he went through it, guys. He went through it. Who called CPS on this guy? So dude, Petro. So, all right, this is just one case, right? So this is the grandfather of the little girl, his son. So there was like a CPS case before. There was a whole separate case before this, okay? And shit, it's looking like they were trying to give him a third one when he left the state. But here, this is what I want to read you. Yeah, so it's almost like when they got, I don't know, when they got you in that shit, like they can pull you back at any time. Like, you know, one could say this, right? One could say that this system here is very easy to target low income people. That's a fact. That's my opinion. Let me say that's my opinion. But 100%. Okay, so child took care, physical CPS contacted, observed a local police officer following. Okay, I guess I got to read this whole thing. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Grounds for removal. Untreated mental condition of father. Protective order on father. Later caseworker would falsely claim father failed to appear at hospital. False. Out of context and largely secret allegations. I think I read this. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I read this. Okay. Family was informed child had cardiomyopathy, other health conditions. Where is the receipt that I'm looking for with the exaggerations and all that? The visit would be used to fabricate numerous false accusations on the CASA report. The false accusations included very blunt lie that the mother was choking her baby. The GF failed to pull a proper dosage of the medication, and there was no cleaning supplies in the apartment. I don't know. I'm going to post these guys on my community wall. It's so long to read. It's this weird language, but it basically says they took the caseworker off. She lied. She exaggerated. There's some medical stuff in there. I don't know what the hell it means, but I know that the kid didn't have it. But you see what they did here. You see what they did here. So for anybody watching this, or they're just coming in, or is late, or catches the replay, when you're watching the man tell you the story, he starts it off with, they try to make me a pervert. That might sound weird, and you might be like, yeah, right. But then you get to read court documents and realize, oh shit, he's right. So I'll just post these all on my community wall, man. I want to read you guys' comments, and my voice is going. I never had a good experience with the bureaucracy. Me either, brother. We love our kids. Fiona, no, there should be though. There should be. She's good. She's good. She's good now. I got this. Me and Noel got to say hello to her. It's just this guy went through hell. Yeah, 100%. You know, I did want to connect Don with this guy. Let's see, Don, did he text me back? Oh, Jesus Christ. My mom just texted me. Try to call grandma more often. She cries a lot. She's very afraid she's going to die soon and never see all of us that she loves so very much. It's sad. Oh, that's not good. Huh? My mom. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, there's no GoFundMe. I just did, man. I just did. I talked to her just the other day. She's old. She's like 90. And
Well, we'll talk about this when you're done.
you know, I talked to my grandma about death before, man, and because I don't want
I don't
to.
like the conversation she wants to have with me.
I was afraid to lose her. My grandma was like 90, and one time I was like asking her about death and stuff, and she told me like some shit I'll never forget. She's like, when I die, you have to continue to live your life. I'm proud of you. You changed. I'm proud of the man that you became, and this type of stuff. And she says, I've lived a good life. It's part of life is to live and die. So when I do die, I know you get upset. I know you don't grieve good, but you have to be there for your mom and be strong, and you can't mourn me gone. She gave me like some really like comforting words. Some people don't get to have that conversation with people that die. Some people lose people and they never get to talk about that. So I always remember them words she told me. And she told me more than that, but it was an important conversation, So I always remember that.
I love you.
I love you too. But yeah, that was tonight, guys. With Dave, I'm gonna have him come on. You know what was all this medical stuff that I was reading? And he was talking about.
I was putting it in the chat, and I even kind of tried to help you pronounce words.
Yeah, that shit.
Okay.
It's like heart. They
it's actually nothing to do with fucking fetal alcohol syndrome. That's wet brain. Like you've heard of people use that term, which is not the proper term. It's actually kind of insulting, but that's what people refer to it as and know what that they know of it as that. So that's just the word I used. However, it's like osteoporosis. It's like this hip dysplasia. There's a whole bunch of different things that go along with it. They cannot say she has it and then say that she doesn't have it both at the same fucking time. Ugh. And that's because
really long gone. I didn't know that.
Professionals that sit there and are working for the damn government, for the CPS.
So yeah, I didn't know that. Private chat. Who's this? Yeah, I appreciate it.
Aww. You guys stood up? Not okay.
Petro did? That's funny.
Well, come over for dinner. You can cook. Matt and I will be your date.
So there's one more thing I want to show you guys. I don't want to leave in such a doom and gloom mood, right? A lot of stuff. My grandma,
Show us
this
your
guy,
tits.
my tits. Woo! So check this out. This is a funny story. It's not a story, but this is a conversation that I had. This really happened. So I got an interesting message the other day.
Oh God.
Request I got, right? So
I'm not fucking lunatic. Which lunatic? Because there's so many.
Also, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant. So
from now on, y'all gotta respect.
I need everybody to start. You have to respect my adjectives. I don't use pronouns, but I'm gonna need everybody to respect my adjectives, and it's gonna be handsome and brilliant. So before you leave a comment, you have to address me as handsome and brilliant. Like if not, super transphobic now. And I'll be doing woke lawsuits and everything else.
That's some kind of stupid phobic, but it's something.
Speaking of trans,
Mr. Handsome or Mr. Sometimes Brilliant. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Or is it all the time brilliant? I gotta make sure I know your title. Single and good cook. Mr. Handsome, where is Whisper? I still want to taste your pickle.
Okay, listen, this is the deal. Let me show you guys this in order. One screenshot. Okay. 2 screenshot. Hold on. 3 screenshot. Okay. This is complete exposure of somebody.
No, you got me curious.
This is that trans person.
I was fixing to say, the fuck's this?
All right.
Wow, you're really screen shooting with the vengeance.
All right, let me put these things on. You wouldn't believe that I got a request to take one of my videos down, and I actually did do it.
Are you kidding me? You fucking soft ass, dude. I don't take my shit down for nobody. Fuck that.
No, listen. Pay attention to what I'm about to say right now. There's reason for it. So I don't ever dirty delete. I don't break to the woke mob. I don't ever take my videos down if people have butthurt feelings. It's just not going to happen. But the problem, well, let me reword that. If it's some tragedy pimp or some fucking scammer, and I'm talking about them, I don't care about their feelers. But if there's like if I said something wrong or misinformation, then I have to fix that. I have to fix that. So let's have a look, shall we? Wouldn't you know that this conversation is about Benny Keys and Ernie Shell, right? So let me just show you this, because I told Noelle this, but she doesn't really even know what's going on. So,
didn't read it. How I know?
So let's have a look at this. What's going on with this, right? So I get an email. I get a on Facebook. It's on my message request, right? I get a thing, and it says it's got my link, and it says, "This is not me. I'm the person that they're speaking about. I never said those things about him. I'm low-key person. I have a husband. I own my own business. Benjamin and I were friends many years ago. We were never lovers. He has addressed this himself, and Mr. Ernie Shell offered to pay me money to tell things on Benjamin that were not true. Whatever you guys have going on does not involve me. So I would appreciate it if you would take this video down. That includes false information. I don't want no..." I don't want no trouble. I just want respect and privacy. Hold on here. I don't want no trouble. I just want respect and privacy. Think what you want to have Benjamin. I have nothing negative to say about him, and I don't understand why this is such a big deal. Wow. It's really easy to make fun of trans people. I get that, but if you want to be a journalist and a truth teller, this isn't it. Thank you. I'm not defending him or anything that he's done in the last few years. I'm just asking that you provide me the courtesy and the privacy and honesty. I said, I cannot view the link that you sent. I'm not making fun of trans people, just to be clear. I have stuck up for trans women on my YouTube channel. Here we go. I'm not making fun of trans people, just to be clear. I have stuck up for trans women on my show. Look up Gina Diamond on Facebook. I have no problem clearing something up, but I can't view what you're asking me to view. And then I did see it. So I said, okay, never mind. I actually see it now. No, the problem is I had to approve this message because it was in message requests. All right. So then I see what she sent me. She sent me a video that I made off Miss Daisy's channel. So Ernie Shell was on Miss Daisy's channel. Okay. And he said that he knew, he looked up something with Benny Keys and he knew how he liked trans women. Now, this is not to be confused with when the ex-wife walked in and he was getting sucked off by the gay brother-in-law. That is not to be confused with this person. I had a video on my channel. It had like 3,000 views, and it was Ernie Shell explaining how Benny, who the trans person was with Benny, and the nickname that he gave Benny, Heels Up Benny or something like that. And I was watching Daisy. I was in Daisy's chat or something like that, and I screen record and re-upload it, right? So now, so just to be clear, okay, I don't think that this person requesting me to take the video down knows all about Benny's behavior, but it's so weird to me to find out from a complete stranger that Ernie Shell was offering to pay money for this person to lie on Benny. That's out of control. But look, there's more. So I say, the video's down. I didn't know Ernie lied about this. There was a completely different other situation that took place with Benny, and now I see what Ernie did. No problem. I took care of it. So what I'm kind of saying is there's another trans person in this story, okay, that, that Benny's own, daughter and ex-wife told us all about on YouTube years ago. Thank you. I knew that you were not making fun of trans people. I looked at a lot of your page, but for some reason, the other guy has it out for Benny and has willing to do whatever. Whatever it took. He offered me $2,000 for an expose interview. He had some lady on the phone trying to talk to me at first. And then when I got upset and told her I didn't want to say anything, I don't have anything to say, he got on the phone and he kept asking me the most ridiculous things. And I just kept saying, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I never said anything negative about Benjamin. That's funny. She calls him Benjamin.
That's funny.
Like I said earlier, I have nothing bad to say. He was really bad on drugs when I met him. He sobered up and I introduced him to a tattoo artist friend of mine that helped to cover up some of the scars on his arms. He had helped me out a couple times when I had a boyfriend problems. He was always a good goon to call if I had problems with a dude. I've hung out with several of his exes even. Thank you so much. I think I might set up one more thing. Let's see. Okay, I said, she says, there was a British gentleman that did like a 30-minute video shortly after all this happened. I spoke to him and he erased it as well. In that video, there was some girl saying she was Benjamin's ex-girlfriend and that she walked in on me and him having sex, which is a complete and total lie. That's when I explained it. Okay, so I could actually help you with this. Originally, this why I even uploaded it. I knew, I know you may know Benny from the past, but he's in jail right now and he was stalking and harassing this and that. So here's the deal. What I found out. The British man, I believe, is Enchanted Life Path. That conspiracy theorist, because I do remember him saying that he had found the person that the ex-wife walked in, but he didn't. This is just a creator taking a lie and running with it from one to the other. So Ernie, you're shenanigans, bro. I just had you on the panel. And I believe you touched on this a little bit when I had you on the panel. But shenanigans, Ernie. I try to give you you're paying people for dirt. God damn, kid. This is out of control, peeps. So what's going on here is this. This is a trans person who has their face on the internet attached to a lie. Because, yes, Benny did get caught getting the ex-wife walked in, getting sucked off by the trans brother-in-law. But the trans person is not this person. It's not. Okay? So Ernie Shell tried to pay this person to come on his YouTube channel and to say a whole bunch of fabricated nonsense about Benny. Ernie, Benny's easy. Benny's easy. You don't have to pay nobody no dirt. These people are comical to me. Comical. They're out here paying for dirt. So anyway, at the very least, I have to respect this person and take the video down. It's misinformation. It's not right, and it could be hurtful. So that's just what it is, and that's what happened, y'all. But this I just want to be clear. There's a separate trans person. Okay. What happened here is it is factual that happened with Benjamin, but it's dirty to go find somebody that's trans and make them that person and then offer to pay that person to come on YouTube and say even more shit about the dude. I don't know. Ernie and Benny must have been going through it for it to be on this level. But I've been going through it with Benny for years here on YouTube, and I would never do no shit like that. So ma'am, when I send you this video, all this is way too long to put in the message, but this is the thing. Okay. I want you to know, seems like, Benny pretty good. That's fine. Not a problem. He is kind of a scumbag, just so you know. Okay. I do cover him. He's a scumbag. He stalks and harasses a lot of people on the social media thing. When you say he's a goon and with ex-boyfriends and this, that, I understand that. Totally can see it. But what happened here is, so the situation actually happened, okay? And his own family members have came on to the YouTube and confirmed that this has happened. But what happened with you is people were so eager to put this out on the streets that they actually wanted a face to that trans person. And that's how you got involved here, okay? And on top of that, they were willing to pay you to smut the dude. The fact that you didn't do that, I have respect for you. Respect. And I don't even like Benny. But I don't know you, and I can't have a video of your face on YouTube talking about a trans person, which you happen to be, doing something which you're not doing. I can't do that. So yeah, the video's down. It'll never be back up. And I'll send you this personally. I'm going to make a clip out of this live and send it to you. So just so you understand the full context. But people, that was kind of funny that I got that. And it wasn't funny that I got it. Somebody reached out to me seriously and wanted something down. There's no problem. It's as good as done. But it is comical that to learn these things about these people, these creators, and the extent that they will go to outdo each other because their ego is hurt on this thing here, YouTube. It is nuts. It is nuts. I wouldn't have to pay. That's crazy, people. Thoughts and comments about it. I think
that you did a very good thing by doing that for her.
So long gone. That's exactly who that was. Yes, that's exactly who that was. Skunk, I'm glad that you're in here. I thought you left. So I'll send you the screenshots if you want. Ernie, what the hell, dude? You're out here paying this person $2,000 for some dirt. That is shenanigans. That is shenanigans. All too serious from these guys, considering their own shenanigans. Why do I support motives and I believe in your purpose? I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Okay, seems pretty cool. Seems pretty cool. I was just, I was a little bit taken back. They're like, I thought she was like, she goes, it's easy to make fun of trans people. So I misunderstood what she wrote me. I'm like, no. I'm not making fun of trans people. Let me say this now that we're on this subject, because this is very important. I've actually had some problems with some of my subscribers about this. Okay. I won't name you. Look, when I make the parodies and stuff, especially if it comes to Benny Keys, if I say when the wife walked in, he was getting sucked off by the gay brother-in-law or the trans, brother-in-law. Look, the comedy in that is not to be towards the trans person at all. Okay? No. The comedy in that is the dude is on here claiming that he's straight and he's in the closet. That's the comedy. I've had subscribers get very mad at me about me saying that. Okay. And I have to explain, I don't care who you love. I don't care where the penis goes, or if you like to munch on carpet. I don't care. I don't care, but I just don't care. But but when you're on YouTube acting like an asshole and you're bothering people and you're stalking people and you're harassing people and you fuck with my wife, well, yeah. Now I'm gonna poke at your ego a little bit. That's all that is. I care less about. So please take it for what it's worth when I do these parodies. And this goes for a lot of things. If I'm making fun of Roe, knowledge is power, or Cher before she grifted for teeth, and I say these tragedy pimps don't have any teeth, that does not pertain to someone who's 60, 70 years old who has dentures. Man, you're not out here scamming people. You're not out here being a tragedy pimp. That has nothing to do with you. But people take it personal. I don't understand what they're listening to. It's just this is not what it is. So I just want to say that, because hey, I'd be lying if I say these conversations haven't happened before. Yep, I've heard that. I asked him that. It was on my panel. I've asked him that. I believe I did. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna jump off tonight, man. Give it up for Dave. I'm gonna post these screenshots. I'll post them right now. So if you're in this chat, I'll do it right now, so you can actually go over there and read the screenshots of what happened here with this guy. It's just messed up. Just give me a minute. I want to crop them. I want to crop them because we don't have to. Everybody doesn't have to know every single thing about his situation. But so I will post them, very, very shortly. I'll do it right now. But I'll probably have him back on Noel's panel. I want his story to get told. CPS is crazy. Learned a lot about it tonight. Interesting to know how many of you guys dealt with CPS. That is nuts to me. Nuts to me. A lot. What's up, Miss Joanne? How are you? That was that was Jaslyn. Yeah, so I put PG's head on. You put PG's head on my body. I'm not offended. In fact, I see the humor in the shenanigans and nonsense. What are you talking about? The mosquito tit thing?
Who said that? That's funny.
He may if he dressed
No,
up.
I've seen 2 days boobies. They're nice. Just kidding. New rumor, guys.
What's up, innocent? I know it's all about Benny. Ernie is by yeah, he is. I've heard that. I've heard that Ernie is
Swing,
listen, man. If you want me to keep it real with you guys, I've heard this from a couple creators in the community and people behind the scenes. I've heard that, and I don't know if it's true, but I'll share with you guys. I've heard that Ernie Shell is not comfortable. Look, I heard he's has a problem coming out and is telling people,
admitting people his sexuality.
Yeah,
and it's
admitting publicly that he might be gay or whatever, stuff like that, and that's a lot what we see here on YouTube with the lashing out and the mental breakdowns and stuff that we see. It has a lot to do with it, and I would not tell you that without saying that this comes from somebody that I fully trust and in my lens is credible, but in your lens as well. I just can't tell you what that lens is because I was told not to. I could tell you what I heard, but not who told me it, if that makes sense. And you guys know I keep it real. But at the end of the day, I don't have any receipts on that. I don't know if it's fact, but it makes a lot of sense to me from what I see. And on top of that, this is why I was like, I'm not going to troll this dude anymore because I think there's something mentally going on there. And that's why he was on my panel. I would never have somebody like Ernie on, but I know he's got massive shenanigans, scams, and everything. Trust me, I know. But listen, man. At some point, you look. Sometimes on this YouTube thing, people ain't built for it, right? People ain't built for it. The lady that I reviewed last live, she got so ass hurt. The lady that said she talks to Ted Bundy. Oh my God. She went live and she said, she started saying that I jumped in there and she was like, she went full Karen. And she started saying that she talks to Jesus Christ and this and that. And this lady went crazy. She started having people, she's like, oh, go mass report him. I'm like, what a moron. Like, that's the dumbest thing you could say. If you cannot tell your audience to mass report anybody, I could take her channel if I want. Like for real. Because I downloaded the live. And she said it like 3 times. I was this waiting. You were a bully. I was just waiting for YouTube to notify me with something, and I was going to counterclaim it, and she probably would have lost her whole channel, literally, because you said it 3 times. It's against TOAs. But anyway, this lady is calling me a bully, and so as soon as I hit end live, she goes live, right, and I hop right over there. So. And here's a trick to any creators out there. If anyone says go mass report you, think fast and block every single person in that chat. Block every single person in that chat. There'll be 0 reports. Just saying. But you got to think fast. But
wait, don't end it yet.
I'm not going to end it yet.
You always do it while I'm trying to type.
But here's the thing. This lady is telling her audience she talks to Ted Bundy. And Ted Bundy lets her know where Summer Wells is. And what Don and Candace Wells did to Summer Wells. The dead rapist serial killer. This is the person who's going to call me a bully. This is the person who's going to call me abusive. No, lady. That is you. That is you. You just got a taste of your own medicine. And on top of that, you call yourself a psychic. You call yourself a psychic. And when I go in your chat, I know what I'm doing. There's a method to this madness. You literally say, oh, he's friends with the Wells. What is he covering up for them? Them guilty people? Oh, I get it. You didn't just expose your entire bias, did you? What was that? Yeah, you said that live,
And
lady.
she tried to make it seem 100%
The
legit
easiest.
because she
I'm
hides
leaving.
behind the fake site.
I'm leaving poop emojis in your chat, and you're getting so butthurt. Your ego is so dented that you tell on yourself. You literally tell on yourself. So your readings that you do, you just exposed yourself. That wasn't a reading with Ted. That was nothing. You said that out of emotion. You were emotional. You got to love it. You got to love it, people. You got to love it. You got to love it. But these people, man, this shit ain't built for everybody, right? Sometimes, man, you have to, these people, they get like ass hurt. Seriously. Sometimes I go hard on these people. Sometimes I'll watch them, like watch my stuff and stuff. There's many different things that happen, but I don't want nobody to hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm telling you all this because I'm explaining to my OGs in the chat why I had Ernie on. I've roasted him a couple of times. Hey, look, I'm scared for his mental disability. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I want him to kind of make peace there. I'm not gonna leave him alone. There's a lot of people on the internet we can talk about, but that's what that is. A lot of people aren't built for this internet. As I'm watching this lady just completely tell on herself, completely expose herself. Like it's funny to me because as you do YouTube, like there was a time where like if somebody made a video about me, right, I would like get all mad and I would have to respond to it like the next day. I would have to like, defend my channel, right? But like, who am I, right? That's so stupid. But YouTubers go through this, right? At some point, when you do this, people making videos about you and stuff, the videos hurt you. They get you mad. But as you grow and do this, you just don't care. But to learn that someone has been on the internet for so long and they still get all mad, that tells you a lot of what you need to know, a lot. And that's what I saw the other night. You know what I mean? But I would never pay nobody for dirt. That is crazy. It is some sick shit. 100%. Yeah, I got her mad. Mad. I was just saying comments like, does Ted do bar mitzvahs? How much does Ted do for the birthday party? Can I book Ted for a wedding? And she was getting, really mad about it. Simple things. But, everybody, she went right to bully and right to abuse. And and how about this? She goes like this. This is how it was so comical. She goes, "Oh my God, I'm getting a vibe and a reading that he's like done some time before." Like, lady, first of all, like one of your subscribers just commented that to you, so you read a comment, and second of all, you didn't have a reading, you didn't get a vibe. Ted didn't tell that to you. I played the body cam before you jumped on. Like, stop it right now. Like, this is so obvious. And then so I jump in the chat and I'm like, well, I like Jesus. And she's like, oh, I talked to Jesus too with Ted. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's just it's people. You can't make this shit up. All right, guys, I'm jumping off here, man. Always keep it real. She literally said that Ted did wrong, and now he wants to help find missing children. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Petro, I'll call you tomorrow. It was some sick shit. Oh, let me say this. Is Missy still in here? No? Yep. All right, guys. Y'all be easy, man. I'm going to jump off here. What? I hit y'all. I'll see y'all soon, man. Check out the video today with the Chomo. I'll make some clips out of this video. And if you're watching this on the rewind, man, leave your comments on CPS. Be like Mike, man, and hit that like. Where's he at? Where's Mike at? Mike's over here. Let's get him. Oh, wait. Before y'all leave, look what I got. Where's Mike at? Here goes Mike. Look, we got music effects on this thing too. Look, I added them. What do we got? What I add? I added what's this? Oh no, here it is. This is what I added. Watch this.
Dark. What's up? Hey, white boy. I think you can super chat. Why don't you go ahead and just say what you want? It only costs you 99 cents. In the dark. What's up? Hey.
So we got Josh from the lab begging me for 99 cents. Also, I'll be uploading Prayer Garden's laugh very shortly. We have a fart. We got Barf. We got police. Whatever into space means. Daydreaming. All right. We're gonna exit out on some daydreaming, y'all. A nice chill vibe. See you in the next one.